What's up, Mountaineer Nation? Thanks for tuning into this week's edition of Mountaineer Playbook. I'm Matt Menard.
And I'm Julia Millett. This week we'll give you exclusive details happening in WVU athletics, including NCAA championships, NFL Pro Day, and an inside look at WVU's new outdoor track facility.
That's right, and we start with football. Several Mountaineers geared up to participate in WVU's NFL Pro Day. Coaches and scouts from across the NFL flocked to the Caperton Indoor Practice Facility for WVU's Pro Day, a chance for NFL prospects to work out and get evaluated. Standout quarterback Will Greer led the herd. He is projected as a 2nd to 4th round draft pick and realizes the importance of this showcase.
I treated it like my job, and it's just going to keep getting more and more intense, and I want to be the greatest it's ever played, so it's going to take a lot of hours and a lot of reps and a lot of work. I have the opportunity to go play in the league now and make this my job, and I'm going to eat it up and take advantage of that opportunity.
One of Greer's top targets, Gary Jennings, did not participate due to hamstring concerns. Fellow receiver David Sills was able to roll with the punches and take advantage of his opportunity.
We definitely had to make some adjustments on the fly, and went into running a little bit more routes than we had planned. It was all good in the end. I think we showed out and did really well for today.
Other notable participants included linebacker David Long and tight end Trayvon Wesco, who is coming off an impressive NFL combine. These Mountaineers put on a show for some familiar faces and a whole lot of new ones. Throughout the morning, players participated in a series of speed and agility drills. It was the biggest audition of their lives, and there were plenty of head-turning performances. Currently, 5 Mountaineers are projected to be drafted, and this event could go a long way in bumping up their NFL stock.
The WVU rifle team hosted the NCAA National Championships this past weekend at the WVU Coliseum, a first for any WVU athletics team. Reporter Aaron Slendy has the story.
The WVU rifle team felt right at home for the NCAA National Championships that were hosted right here in Morgantown. The team finished national runners-up and came in 2nd place in both the small bore and air rifle competitions.
There were a lot of good things that we had this season as well, and take the positives from that and then move forward.
Senior rifle member Ginny Thrasher had the privilege to shoot her last rifle match wearing the flying WV in front of a home crowd.
I think it's so great to be even a small part of the legacy here at WVU Rifle, and just being able to experience that with my teammates this weekend at the Coliseum was really great and meaningful to me.
The Mountaineers represented 3 out of the 8 finalists for the small bore competition. Morgan Phillips finished 7th, Ginny Thrasher finished 5th, and David Coders finished 3rd. Elitza Babick was the only finalist from WVU that shot in the air rifle final and finished 5th.
Even though the result may not have been what the Mountaineers planned for, the preparation for next season to earn one of these again starts now.
We'll certainly work hard. We'll think about all the little things that we can do in practice, in the off season, going into next season, and we'll be ready to do the best we can.
Reporting from Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Aaron Slendy.
The Division I National Wrestling Championship was held this past weekend in Pittsburgh. WVU sent 5 starters, an impressive feat in Coach Tim Flynn's first season at the helm. Michael Rinker has more.
Last season, the WVU wrestling team only qualified 2 wrestlers to the national tournament. One of the 2 returned this season. Having qualified 5 guys this year, head coach Tim Flynn believes the team is headed in the right direction.
I like where they're wrestling for them. I think they're all improving. Just from the top down, Ngati and Noah have been doing this the whole season. So I think, they're going that direction.
Flynn has coached in numerous finals and has firsthand experience at the top level. He is sharing this experience with his Mountaineer wrestlers.
I've been in his ear kind of all year long, man, I bet that was awesome. Just trying to get anything I can out of him to figure out what it's like. And basically all he's told me is, it's a different atmosphere, but it's a cool one. He said, you just got to go in there calm and know that the work you've put in this year will pay off.
Despite not having a champion at this year's tournament, Coach Flynn's season was still a success. 4 of the 5 qualifiers are returning next season. However, the team has one key element left in the puzzle before establishing a winning culture.
I think ultimately you have to start winning to actually have that culture. I think we're doing all the things that are required to win. Now we got to win.
Heading into the offseason, the team will continue to train and also learn what it takes to work like a champion. For Mountaineer Playbook, I am Michael Rinker.
It takes coaches many years to craft a resume that includes 100 wins, but an elite group of coaches here at WVU have excelled far beyond that accomplishment.
These coaches know how to best utilize their talent to create winning programs.
Coaching at the Division I level comes with many expectations. For coaches like Nikki Izzo Brown, building the program from the ground up allowed her to enter the 300-win club in 23 seasons and after sending 21 players to professional leagues.
You know, I'm just glad I've had the opportunity to, do something like this, but also maximize my athletes' potential and get them to their individual goals of being professional soccer players.
Women's basketball's Mike Carey is also in the 300s at 387 wins. Carey also holds the highest winning percentage in program history. He reached the 200-win mark in only 10 seasons. For baseball's Randy Mazey, the team's recent win over William & Mary gave him number 200, but he attributes his success to his players.
When I got 200, all I cared about was 201, and when I got 201, I was just trying for 202, so we'll just take them one game at a time. You got to thank all the guys that were a big part of it. Once the game starts, I don't do much. It's up to the guys on the field. So, all the thanks goes to them for all 202 of them at this point.
Mazey is also the 5th winningest coach in the program's 126-year history. For Jason Butts of the gymnastics team, 2019 was the year he joined the 100-win club, ending the season with a record of 107, 74-1, and a national ranking along the way.
It helps us also in recruiting, to be able to say, hey, we're a top 25 nationally ranked team.
As with Mazey, Butts credits his gymnasts for his coaching success.
Gymnasts are creatures of habit, and I think that's a better way for them to approach the sport, is just controlling what they can control, and that ranking really is, the effect of all their hard work and focusing on the small details.
Don't leave just yet. We still have much to discuss on this week's edition of Mountaineer Playbook.
After the break, we'll give you an inside look at the newest track and field facility at Milan Park.
I'm Abby Backenstow, and coming up next on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll tell you what former WVU football players are doing to give back to the community.
I'm Alex Baylog. Coming up next on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll tell you how a surprise duo are helping the Mountaineers make a postseason push.
We conquer mountains. But that's not why they call us Mountaineers. It's because we don't let anything stand in our way. We build what's never been built, seek cures for the incurable, and go first into undiscovered frontiers. We are Mountaineers, and impossible is just another mountain to climb.
WVU Track and Field debuted their brand new outdoor facility over the weekend. Reporter James Barrickman was there to cover the best from Milan Park.
It's been 10 years since West Virginia University last hosted a track and field meet, but that changed on Saturday when the Mountaineers broke in their brand new venue at Milan Park. Senior long jumper Shamoya McNeil says the new facility is a big step up from the old.
So the surface itself wasn't as smooth. There were some patches in it that weren't as good. You had to choose what lane you're running in and stuff like that. And for me, the jumping section, like the pit and stuff like that, that section really wasn't as smooth and nice as this one.
I'm standing on what used to be WVU's outdoor track and field facility. But after a $30 million project, the Mountaineers have this state-of-the-art facility to build their program around.
Milan Park employs a Mondo track surface, a world leader in synthetic track and field surfacing. This type of track is lighter and will help athletes prevent from long-term injuries.
It gives more, so it doesn't compress as much as the other surfaces, because this one is softer and it gives more of a bounce back, which is good again for the body. Physically, it's not going to take much of a toll on you over a longer period of time.
The new facility will be a major boost for WVU when it comes to recruiting and notoriety across the Big 12. But as head coach Sean Cleary explains, Milan Park gives WVU student-athletes chances that weren't possible prior to construction.
It's going to transform some things, little things that we haven't been able to do. We've not had senior nights. We've not been able to bring parents into the stands and see their kids out there and have their accolades discussed and just quite honestly let them feel special. I think student-athletes today, they're given a lot, but they work really hard. And I think at the end of the day, they now get to run in a facility that is sort of worthy of the work they put in.
The Mountaineers have 2 more home meets scheduled before the end of the season. the State Farm Friends of Track Showcase on April 26th, and the Mountaineer Open on May 4th. Reporting for Mountaineer Playbook, I'm James Barrickman.
In early March, the Caperton Indoor Practice Facility wasn't full of its usual suspects. Abby Backenstow ran into some former Mountaineers, along with many new faces.
This isn't your normal WVU football practice. Instead of Neil Brown's Mountaineers, local kids are going through typical football drills at the 6th annual Get Moving Day of Play. Reed College of Media's own Dr. Elizabeth Opp started Get Moving to combat childhood obesity.
Because in the state of West Virginia in 2014 we were ranked #1 when it comes to childhood obesity, also when it comes to diabetes and heart disease. Even in children, we're usually 1, 2, or 3 from 2014 forward, so we need to do something about that.
Mountaineer great and 2-time Super Bowl champ Jeff Hostetler, who volunteers at Ruby Memorial Hospital, has also joined the fight. Hostetler not only dedicates his time to the children in the hospital, but also focuses on keeping kids healthy and out of hospitals altogether. Along with helping to fight childhood obesity, the Day of Play gives local kids the opportunity to play with some of the best athletes to ever play on this field. Current and former NFL players, including Rasheed Marshall, Quincy Wilson, and Will Johnson, among active WVU athletes, ran the stations at the event. NFL free agent Keith Tandy has volunteered his time at the Day of Play for multiple years.
So like me growing up, I'm from a small city and we didn't have a university in my city, but like when the high school kids would come around, I loved it, and it made me want to do what they were doing. So I feel like us coming back here, they'll want to do it, so that's a big reason why I keep coming back.
After a long morning of tackles and catches, participants were able to get autographs from the former WVU players as well as the current athletes. The kids were sent home with a bag of healthy snacks and recipes.
I do believe that children can make a difference when it comes to the family decisions of eating healthy, because they're going in the grocery store too, they're going through the drive-thrus, and they can say, hey Mom, how about we do this? So I think that children can actually make an impact.
Get Moving plans to host more events in efforts to get kids active and on track for a healthier lifestyle. For Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Abby Backenstow.
PB&J, hot dogs, and baseball, these are both things that naturally go together. There are 2 players on the men's basketball team that have the same chemistry.
Jordan McCabe, guard, 6 feet tall, hometown is Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Derek Culver, forward, 6 feet 10 inches tall, and his hometown is Youngstown, Ohio. What do these 2 have in common?
I wouldn't necessarily say like he's the brains, but because I'm smart too. But I feel like when it comes to situations I really don't want to feel like dealing with, I just let Jordan deal with it because I know he's going to figure it out real quick.
Reacting quickly on his feet sure makes Jordan the brains part of this duo. That would make the 6'10", 255-pound Derek Culver the muscles.
And I'm kind of more like the muscles, Jordan needs me, like, yo, bro, I need you to do this for me. All right, I got you, so it's kind of like, we're kind of like yin and yang, kind of.
Whether you ask Jordan or Derek about the relationship with the other, you can instantly tell they click.
I don't like Derek at all. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm forced to live with the dude. You get pretty close to guys, but no, seriously, Derek's somebody from day one I knew, like, he was just a likable person, at 6'11" or 7 foot or whatever he is. He probably doesn't look real, I don't know, like somebody you could just approach and have a conversation with, but with Derek, I always knew from the beginning that he was going to be a guy I'd click with on and off the court. So we both help each other as much as we can, and he's grown tremendously, and I'm just trying to keep up.
For Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Alex Baylog.
Well, Julia, it doesn't get any better than that dynamic duo.
They've been really good together. Watch for them leading the Mountaineers next season. I'm Julia Miller.
And I'm Matt Menard. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.